What's going on, you Brapaholics? Welcome back to the channel. It has been pretty busy lately, so sorry for not posting in a while, but that is life. Update on the Raptor. I got it going again. I did a top end rebuild on it, and I rebuilt the front differential, and I put in a new prop shaft because I broke the old one and made it a lot better this time. So hopefully that's all good to go. But we have here an awesome machine. This isn't necessarily Brappy, but it is a Honda, as you can see. This is a RT5000. Practically, it's a tractor. It's like a lawn. This is an actual lawn tractor. This thing's pretty cool. It has 4-wheel drive and it has 4-wheel steer. So I just think that is so cool to see on a little lawnmower like this. To backtrack a little bit, I work at a small engine shop. I work on lawnmowers and stuff, and snowblowers, stuff like that. And I saw this sitting there, so I asked my boss what was going on with it, and he said, "Oh, it's mine. I don't have time to work on it." So I offered to buy it from him, but he doesn't want to sell it yet, unfortunately. But he is paying me to get this thing going. Basically, we're just going to do an engine swap on it. Previous owner blue connecting rod, and these things are kind of rare. We'll get kind of more into this soon. These things are hard to find parts for because they didn't make them that long. But we got what we thought was going to be a small block ended up being basically a whole block. So I just finished swapping most of the parts over to this other engine, and we're gonna put it back. We're gonna put it into this thing and get it going. So we're not doing a whole engine rebuild on this thing or anything. So a Honda 10-horse engine runs this whole thing. This thing is so cool because it also not only does it have 4-wheel drive and stuff, but it has front PTO or hydraulics. It does have a PTO. So it's got front hydraulics, so you could put a plow or whatever or a loader or something, because there are attachments for this thing. But it has the hydraulics, it has a front PTO, so basically if you had a deck, it would run a deck or other attachments that would use that front PTO system off the engine. And then it is a shaft-driven manual, so that is so cool. So there's no hydrostat, there's no belts. The reason I wanted to take this, because this would be a perfect candidate to put triple Kubota diesel engine that's turbocharged. It's on Troy-Bilt, I think. And that thing is hydrostat, and it just needs to be on. It's a mess. So that engine would be perfect for this. I was surprised that this thing was a 10-horse, but maybe we'll get into something like that down the road. But for now, we're gonna put this thing together. We're gonna just appreciate how awesome this thing is and go from there. So this is a pretty generic Honda engine. It is it's a GX340, so it's a pretty common engine. I'm pretty sure they still make it to this day, but. So they didn't make these tractors for very long. I don't know a whole lot about them, but I just know they made them for like 3 years or something in the 90s, late 90s. And there's this version. I think they made a bigger version with a bigger engine. And I think there's a third one. I don't know if it's smaller or just another one that's similar to this with different stuff. I don't know. But I know they made kind of 3 of these things. And they're pretty rare. They're pretty uncommon. But yeah, it's got front diff, it's got rear diff, it's all shaft driven. It's just literally a small tractor. Oh, and it also has rear hydraulics and it has a rear PTO. So like snow blowers or tillers or something, you could hook onto that too. So a 10-horse engine is running all of that. So this thing is probably geared down very slow. So I mean, that's kind of actually how real tractors are even to this day. You're just using a lot of that diesel torque to get torque down to just gear ratios to make the tractor have a lot of power, a lot of torque. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's get started on it. All right, so from this point on, I did not disassemble this thing at all. So I have no idea how it goes together. So we're gonna be figuring this out as we go. Hopefully it's not too bad, but I don't think it'll be that bad. So I think I found some of the engine mounts. time to put the engine in. I got most of it together. So there's some engine mounts in here. This one in there. I think the others are in this box. Alright, found the other engine mount. So I'm gonna have to probably figure out the orientation. So I might have to look up the service manual for this thing. Or I gotta look up a parts diagram for this. But well, I think they're gonna go like that. And this one must go on here. So alright. Just gotta determine which way they go. It might go this way, it might go that way. Probably not that way. Oh, it's not gonna work that. This must go like that. Let's go ahead and hit there. I don't. That's not. It's more like this. That looks more right, right? Must be like good off kilter. So I'm gonna have to put this to the bottom of the engine. So I'm gonna have to probably do it right there. Alright, so I need to turn this. We'll go like that. We'll go on like that. Alright, yeah. Guess I'm not quite ready yet. I'm gonna oil that up a little bit because this is gonna suck. The drive shaft on this doesn't slide, so I have to slide the engine into the drive shaft. At least that's what I'm gonna attempt to do. I got it. I just gotta get. I had it. Maybe I'm too lubed up. Alright, I'm gonna put the bottom engine mounts in now to bolt it down. And we just gotta work. This has a PTO clutch right here on the shaft for the deck or whatever that might be out there to use that. Most likely just for the deck. Carburetor goes over here. We will have to adjust the governor once we get this all said and done. And the exhaust comes over here somewhere, so we'll figure that out too. We should really focus on getting this clutch on. Alright, after a minor hiccup, I didn't realize that I forgot to put the fan cover on before I hooked it up to the shaft, so I unbolted the engine, I pulled it off, put the cover on, and when that happened, I was a little skeptical about this cable to begin with, but the cable did end up breaking from twisting it and stuff, I think, so I went ahead and did a little bit of welding to it, and I think it's going to hold. So we're going to run it for now. Hopefully, I put a lot of force on it just to make sure it was going to hold, and it should be more than strong enough to hold that, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and put the clutch back together and keep on working at it. Alright, so before I get too much farther into this thing, I want to at least crank it over. I'm gonna adjust the valve lash, and we're gonna try to get this fired up. I still gotta adjust the governor on this thing because I had to swap all the parts over, so everything's gonna be way off adjustment. And so let's get some oil on it, make sure the carb clean. So I cleaned the carb. It looked fine. It had a little bit of ethanol buildup on it, but clean that up. So we'll make sure we have spark and make sure everything's gonna work before I finalize this thing. So that's the next step. Alright, so I'm just gonna crank this over. I wanna see if I have spark, and I wanna crank it over to get the oil flowing. Alright, see if I can show you guys the spark here. Still got to, I don't have the clutch all the way hooked up, so that's why that's spinning. So I'll have to, there's a bracket here. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I'm pretty sure it's this bracket. I think it goes somewhere over here to hold the spring up for the clutch for the front PTO. I'm just not quite sure where that goes yet. Still trying to figure that. All right, guys. So, let's just see if we can get to start. I don't know. I got the spark plug in. Got gas hooked up to it. Just choke it. Fired right up. Gotta love Hondas. Yeah. Woo! Alright, so I'm gonna have to adjust the idle a little bit and stuff, but got some parts cleaner and stuff burning off of there. Yeah, fired right up, man. Can't complain. So at least we know it works. Now we just gotta figure out where the rest of the stuff goes. I can put the heat shield on here and finish this area up. I also want to make sure that it actually moves, which I'm assuming it does because we literally didn't change any of that. So, all right, let's keep going. All right, so we had a little mishap with the unit. I just wanted to test the PTO clutch, and I ended up breaking the cable going to it. So that was a little unfortunate. This particular cable you cannot get; it is discontinued. And we did find one on eBay, our website, and they wanted $200 for this thing. So my boss and I decided to replace the cable ourselves. We resoldered at the end, and this we clamped it down. I think that'll hold. So I'm gonna test this out. It should work, but let's put it together, get this thing going. In the meantime, I went through and I adjusted the governor, so now that it idles. So I gotta take the exhaust back off, so we'll take. That way we can access the PTO, and then once we get it on, we'll test it and make sure it works, and then we'll just gotta put the hood and fenders and stuff on, and it's done. I did make it go forward and reverse, so the shafts and stuff's working, and hydraulics, I did test those, and the rear PTO works. Does anybody else have a ladybug infestation? And this is actually good right now. I just vacuumed them yesterday because I'm telling you, we probably had thousands of them up here. All right, guys, so finally got this thing going. Behind the scenes, had a lot of issues with the cable. I think I finally got a cable set up that will work. I just created 2 loops on both sides with ferrules, and seems to be holding. There's a lot of spring tension on these clutches, but I'll show you how it works. So that's good. I'm gonna put the air box on and then the brackets and whatnot, and she's done. So let's get her finished up. That creeper gear.
40-fold.
So it's got 4-wheel steer.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sweet. It's in 4-wheel drive all the time, so it doesn't exactly do tight turns very well in concrete.
Okay. That'd be doing some good donuts.
In the dirt though, it probably could be some good donuts. But we'll see how fast this thing goes. So we're in high 8th gear. That's pretty fast for
Yeah.
a 10 horse.
Cruise is pretty good.
I don't know how much it can tow in high gear, but we'll see what it can do off-road.
No problem at all. Navigating woods, no problem. Come on, Claire. Come on. Ooh. The OBS Chevy. Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, blue.
these pulleys are pretty low, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, they move a little. That's good.
Yeah.
So I wonder, can you lock it up right there? What's this do?
It's probably for a belt adjustment when you have a deck.
Ah, okay. Maybe we're like the snow blower.
Yeah.
Man, bud. Looks like you got a bit of a beaver problem.
Yeah, I got a little frisky with a chainsaw.
Ah, yeah, you'll have that.
Yeah. It's a new saw. I was like, I gotta test it out. So I just.
It looks like it works good.
It worked really good with the help of Wyatt and my dad. We cut some trees down. Got a little sunshine back here now. I can actually use my acre lot.
So
Have some
pretty.
gardens back here.
Ooh, I like the way that sounds.
Make a lawn maybe. You know, do the adult thing.
Razor circle track.
Yeah. There we go.
Dodge the stumps. I'm sure the wife would love that.
Oh, she would definitely love that.
So this is safety 101 right here. Woo! Sure you have a nice lock nut for your chain.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. You got a nice little chair over here for your guest, cameraman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Get old. Right to put the diff lock on.
Ooh. in, but oh, there we go. Put on a little bit of a fight. It was going so well.
Need tractor tires.
I think it's stuck under the trees.
Yeah, I agree. It's pinned down.
It pulled it pretty good. Good 3 foot.
Yeah,
You got her wedged in there.
I think if it was a wedge, dude, probably
It'd
would have pulled it.
Yeah. Look at those donuts. We got the water boy of Music, Michigan.
Yeah. At last, putting this thing back together, and I just think it's a really cool machine. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.